Hello, content creators. How are you? It feels like I live here now. I live here on the live streaming world. It is Saturday afternoon, 12:30 p.m. here in Sydney, Australia. Where are you tuning in from today? Look, I have the house to myself. The older one is working, the younger one and the husband are off doing their Saturday adventures, and so I have the whole house to myself. I've been working at content creation and live streaming earlier today, and I thought, you know what, instead of doom scrolling and sitting on the couch, spending the next 2 3 hours just watching mindless video after video, I thought, you know what, let's have a conversation. So if you are a content creator or a budding one or want to start up, let's have a chat. Where are you at in your content creator journey? So I just wanted to have an open discussion instead of, you know, getting in my own head and probably overthinking a lot of stuff. I thought let's go have a chat and just a casual one. Maybe I'll have a little bit of, you know, wisdom that I can share as someone who's been live streaming for a few years. I still feel like I'm a newbie, but I think I have enough live streams in me to know the things that will happen that make you feel stuck. And but really, it's just some honest conversations and see where it'll take us. And so I thought, okay, let's just chat as if we are FaceTiming each other. So, this week I've been thinking quite a bit about my content creation and where I'm going with it. So, for those of you who may not know, I am actually live streaming both on YouTube and Instagram on my Marianne on YouTube accounts. So for those of you who are new to me and new to what I do, I have another account, Marianne Cress, where I share my planning, my gentle resets for when you're feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, overthinking things, and doing brain dumping and taking things, one day, one step, one page at a time. And so I've actually going to be taking the month off doing that. Now I'm still going to be on there sharing on my membership for my weekly quiet focus and weekly brain dumps. But creatively, I'm feeling a little bit pulled towards building this channel, this platform, Marianne on YouTube, and just sharing all the things I've gone through, things I'm going through, and hopefully it'll either inspire you or give you ideas and inspirations, or if you have any questions at all about something, whether hopefully I can answer, but if not, I have a lot of content creator friends who are seasoned, learned, and hopefully one day soon, when I get my footing, bring them in or bring other creators in who are going through similar journey that you might have, and those conversations can then open up the anxiety or anxiousness you might have yourself. So that's where I am focusing, at least for the next month or month and a week, because I started my little break this week. So things feel a little bit different from when I first started creating online. So I think I started 2015, 2016. Originally, I thought I wanted to be a makeup guru because that's what I saw back then. I went, all right, I'm going to show how I do my makeup. And then I went back to work. I have young boys back then. They were, toddlers. And then I went back to work full time after maternity leave. And then I put, YouTubing aside. And then when I came back, when I homeschooled my younger son, who's on the autism spectrum, really my YouTube and my Instagram for Marianne Cress was just sharing what I was doing. I had no strategy of trying to build anything, trying to get any following. It didn't matter that no one was watching. It was more that I didn't bug my family and friends on Facebook. So I created it off my personal Facebook. So then, of course, when it started gathering momentum, the vanity metrics kept growing, followers, opportunities, monetization on my YouTube channel, different collaborations and partnerships started coming up. I suddenly thought, oh, maybe I can make some sort of business or income out of this. But what I came across back then, and really not having any strategy or any path or any journey to follow, I was thinking about what analogy can I use to demonstrate how I'm feeling when it comes to trying to figure things out as you go along. So I pictured it's like as if you have your clothes on already, all right? You've got your pants on, you've got your top on. So that's what I was doing. I was just sharing, not worrying about titles, not worrying about descriptions, not worrying about hooks, not worrying about retentions and all the algorithm. And then when suddenly I thought, okay, let's try and see if we can get some, proper income out of this. It's like as if you now have to put your undergarments on, but try and do it without exposing yourself. So, or it's like changing out in public without a fitting room or the privacy of a fitting room. So it felt like you were doing it all in front of everybody. So, it felt overwhelming. It felt like I needed to have the right branding. So tell me, or give this a thumbs up if any of these, you feel any of these where you are at currently with your content creation journey, whether you're seasoned, whether you're just starting out, or whether you're learning as you go, or you've bought a course, or you've joined cohorts, or you've joined masterminds and webinars. Let me know if any of you felt this way, because this is how I felt back then, and still somewhat I could fall into that trap right now. But I'm stopping and pausing and slowing down. So do you feel like you have to have your branding, your colors all done, that you have to have the perfect niche? You got to niche down. Everybody, I'm sure if you've looked at any type of YouTube tutorials out there, niche down, focus on who you're targeting. Who is it that you're talking to? If you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. So then you got to think, well, who am I trying to target? And especially if you're new, yes, I saw a thumbs up, so right? Especially if you're just starting out and you want to create and just upload and just share. And then someone's going, no, do this, do that. And then all the chatter in your head is slowing you down, and it's overwhelming you, and you start to question everything. So I had the luxury of playing first in the beginning, because I didn't go out at the beginning trying to strategize every single little thing that I did. So if that's you, and this is something you really want to have a good go, one of the first things I want you to do is incorporate play, incorporate experimenting, and just, what do they say? Throw spaghetti against the wall and start to see what will stick. But if you don't throw spaghetti against the wall, and if you don't play, and if you don't experiment, and you're stuck in the overanalyzing, trying to figure out first your niche, your colors, your branding, your font, your logo, having the perfect strategy, having everything perfect before you even begin, you are just going to drain yourself, drain your energy, and it's not going to be fun. And you are going to burn yourself out. Trust me. I think that's where I am with my other channel. I love my plannerettes. That's what I call my wonderful viewers and my super fans and those that come in and go out. I love my plannerettes. But then the overthinking was starting to slow me down and started to drain me. And so one of my ethos is you got to make sure you take your breaks. Even as a content creator, you got to take your breaks. And this is what really I think this little creator check-in is for me. It's like, I'm not going to overthink things. I'm going to take a break and just have a chat as if, you know, uh, probably too early or might be too late to go to the pub, and I don't drink alcohol as much anymore, or just like a coffee catch up with some content creator friends. So that's what I'm seeing this little creator check-in is about. And so what I'm realizing is I'm not building from zero anymore. I'm building from experience. And so what I'm hoping, hello, Joy, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know, Joy, are you a content creator? Are you on Instagram? Are you on YouTube? Are you on TikTok? Are you even on Facebook sharing anything that you're creating, your knowledge? Let me know. I'd love to know. Thank you so much for joining. So I'm just having a little creator check-in, creator chat, where you're at and seeing what other people are going through. Because sometimes, as a content creator, it can be such an isolated world. We sit in front of our cameras all the time. We're stuck in ideation, stuck in planning, stuck in trying to figure out titles, stuck in all these different things that we can get ourselves stuck in and bogged down. So that's an Australian term. Bogged down is getting yourself stuck in the mud and you can't move. The more you fight, the more stuck you become. So what I'm realizing now is with this channel and in this platform, Marianne on YouTube, is I'm not building from zero. I'm building from experience, and I can stop myself from falling into that trap. Hi, Dandilex. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. So let me know if you too are a content creator on YouTube and what is it that you do. So hopefully through my own experience, through my own overwhelm and through my own overthinking and pretty much sometimes or a lot of times pushed myself to burning out, hopefully I can share those things with those of you that are here. And because sometimes what happens is, I know I've done this. I've bought courses, I've joined webinars, I've joined cohorts, I've joined memberships. And sometimes when you are still this over-analyzing, you can start comparing yourself to others. And then that's another thing that can weigh on you, that can stop you from taking that next small step. Or that maybe the guru or the expert is so far ahead. They're making millions. How can they understand what it's like for a small creator? Because they've got it now. They've got marketing behind them. They've got staff. They've got all of these. But what about us little content creators over here, trying to wear so many hats, the editor, the marketer, the publisher, the, admin, the community manager, everything. And then at the same time, if you're like me, a mom, a wife, we got to manage our household, we got to manage the kids, and then we're supposed to look after ourselves, take a break, self-care, and then we just like explode and blow up and overwhelm ourselves and have a mental breakdown. So if you are a content creator trying to figure things out, I'll invite you, to subscribe and come along the journey of doing things one small thing at a time, not worrying about everything being perfect and just doing things as we go. Having that play, having that experiment, getting those uploads, those live streams under our belt. So then we go, I don't like that. I don't want to do that anymore. Or I like that, but I'm scared to do it again because, I made mistakes. But, if you're part of a community that goes, let's just all do it together and, encourage each other, hopefully it becomes something that will have a, snowball effect. So, I've started to understand now from my point of view that we got to make sure we look after our audience, those that come in and go, hey, I'm interested in that creator's, knowledge, her craft, her art, her hobby, her crocheting, her marketing skills, her hand lettering skills, or how to use Microsoft or how to use this app. So this space is not just for, someone who does actual physical show and tell. It also may be sharing your knowledge as well. So I understand a little bit more now with years of trying to figure things out in front of everybody else. Ecosystem. What does that mean when people talk about ecosystem? Really, what it is what journey do you want your viewer to go along with you? Once they come in and then see one video, what video would you like them to see next? And what would make them want to subscribe? And what would make them trust you again and again, that they look forward to your next video? What journey are they going through themselves? All right. Hi, Lynn. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So if you are joining me on Instagram or YouTube, make sure you say hello. I appreciate you a lot. And so really important that we share these things. So, and also start to, look at tiny little things. Sometimes when you do start a YouTube channel or you do start, going on other platforms like Instagram or TikTok or other platforms you might be on, they go, all right, do this already. And it's like, it's overwhelming. So hopefully I can share my own experience of let's just keep showing up messy. Trust what our audience are telling us. Trust, that we can do this even if we're making mistakes along the way. So I think that's the thing, is you can't wait until you're confident or wait and trust that you have to have everything perfect before you go live. I've fallen victim of what's called paralysis analysis, where, pretty much I studied how to create titles, how to create thumbnails, how to get the best hook. And then it just froze me. So for like 6 months, I remember I bought a course for 6 months. I didn't do anything because I wanted to study it all first. Well, if I don't study the next module, how am I going to know if I'm doing the right thing? So for 6 months, I was stuck. And in actual fact, just get in there and just do it. Get messy. You know how we tell kids to just color in outside of the lines. Just make a mess. Make a mess, of course, responsibly. Maybe on some platforms, don't go all out and just swear your mouth or anything like that. Do it with responsibly. But, the thing is, you can't learn just on paper. You can't plan everything. You can't research content creation forever. You can't watch tutorials forever. You can't plan forever. You can't think forever. Some things will make sense once you upload, once you press go live, if you're a little bit, scared to go live, but you wanted to. Now, all these things with regards to going live, YouTube and a lot of different platforms are really promoting live streams. So if you're doing a live stream, they probably show your content to more people, because that is to combat all the, the surge of AI content that's out there. People want authenticity, that it's not generated, or those AI voices. And sometimes they're so good now. You're following maybe an account and you go, hang on, that's not even a real person. I think at the moment there is an Instagram or a YouTuber and it's all AI, but you think it's a real person. So live streaming, if you haven't yet jumped on the bandwagon, start now, because you might be left behind. Contemporaries of yours or your competitors might be going live right now. Hello, Papa dear. Hello, Camila. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. Oi. So, really, going live is one of those things that you should, have under your content creator belt and experiment, interact with your viewers like I am here. Get those reps in. You might be scared. You might go, I'm not ready. I don't have the right camera. I don't have the gear. I don't look good. I don't sound good. My background's a mess. I don't have a studio. All of this. A lot of times no one is really caring about that if you have something really good to share. So, do you like to knit? Do you like to sew? Do you like to do art? Do you like to do hand lettering? Do you have experience in, an app on how to clean up your Gmail, on how to clean up your inbox? What's the skill and the experience you've had in your previous work? Because we need more of you. We need more of even though people go, oh, someone else is doing it better, but they're not doing it the way you do it. And there's always an audience for you if you have value, and if you can move your target person, target audience from where they're at now. If they have a problem and they want to be here, solve the problem, you and what you know can help close that gap. Maybe all it is how do you dry plaster a hole in the wall? Is that what the term is, right? How do you patch up a hole in the wall? There's I think a YouTuber who's like, he's a dad that shows dad stuff. So, his audience are for those who may not have a father figure, shows people how to tie, a tie, how to drill, how to hammer, how to put up a picture on the wall. There's always something that you might be able to share with other people. So, confidence comes from doing it. And that's more and more. I still get scared pressing go live. I'll tell you that. And I look at that now, the nerves, and I turn that into excitement, because it's just really that first 3 seconds. So I don't know if any of you did drama at school, or you're a performer at school, where when you wait on the side of the stage about to go on, you got butterflies in your stomach. If you did sports or you did anything in front of people, you get those butterflies. Use that as to help energize you. So don't just get stuck on the preparation. So let me just show you, if you allow me, show you what I've been working on in the background. And again, please just do note that I was able to do this only because I've had the experience. But if it is something that you also want to learn more, then let me know. Ask me. Put it in the comments, put in the chat. Marianne, how did you come about to getting to that? That's something I want to do. What's the easiest way to get to that without overthinking? Okay, so these are just some of the things that I've done for this channel, Marianne, on YouTube in the last couple of weeks. But again, don't get overwhelmed and just go, oh, I want to do that too. How do I get to that? Tell me. And I'm more than happy to show in the video. Jump on here and go, oh, I got this question from, so-and-so. And how did I get to that? How did I create this? Well, this is a simple way that I did it. So if anytime you see me share anything and you go, can you tell me how you did that? Let me know. Because you are the one who's going to help me build the type of content that I share here. Because all well and good, I could go, well, the top questions people ask are this, and this. But if no one's watching, then I'll be talking to no one. But if there is a particular question or hurdle that you're going through as a content creator at the moment, let me know. And then, I can experiment. I can show up online and go, that's a good question. Let me see how I can do that. Okay, so what I've been doing this week, I updated my YouTube channel art. So then when someone does, come onto my YouTube channel, Marianne on YouTube, it'll show exactly what is it that this lady is talking about. So it's about content creation without the overwhelm, because I will tell you now, I'm probably one of the more anxious people that's out there, that I can overwhelm myself. I'm not diagnosed ADHD, but I think I have some tendencies where I can overthink things and I can get myself stuck in a loop as well. And so it's through, or what I do on my other channel, Marianne Cress Planning, and just taking it easy, gentle resets and brain dumping has helped me manage those anxieties and overwhelm. So what I will do on this channel is, content creation without the overwhelm, and just showing simple workflows, simple steps to get to sometimes all you need is just the next step. A lot of us, I know, can get stuck because we're overthinking. And then we think that, oh, if I don't get this bit right, then, I can't move to the next step. So it's just about, what's the main problem now? What tiny little step can we do to just move to the next one? So I updated my banner, content creation, and look, I had similar banner already for my other one. So really it was just changing colors. So very simple. But if you want to know, the template for a Canva template, and you have a Canva account, let me know in the chat. Maybe that's something I can share, that it has to fit a certain dimension, so then it can be viewed on the mobile phone, on a desktop, and a TV. Okay, so it's really important that, more than happy to share something like that, but you got to let me know what it is you want, what it is that you want to see. So I updated my banner, and I'm thinking more really intentionally is, what sort of things do I want to send out there? What type of message? And again, that could change. You might go, Marianne, I want to know more about this. And I might veer towards one fork of the road. So again, this is me creating live, experimenting as I go, and just seeing where it'll lead me. But I can't make myself be stuck and not be visible. Sometimes playing, experimenting in front of others can help fast track your own journey as a content creator a lot quicker, because you might be spending your time creating something over here all by yourself, not uploading yet, not pressing go live, when in actual fact your audience want you to do something else. So you would have spent all these times, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and then go, ta-da, here's what I've been working on for the last 6 months. And then you hear crickets, because that's not maybe what you thought your audience might want is maybe not what they want. So you go live and you go, what do you want? Tell me. Okay. So then, I've started creating little playlists. So again, have a think. If you're a little bit stuck where you are at the moment as a content creator, instead of thinking of niching down, right? Oh, I've got to figure out who my avatar is and who my demographics and what is it that they want, is first of all, just go, what is their top questions that they're asking that I can help them with? And then create that video. And then, all right, from that, ask them, what else? What else do you need help with? Create that video. I was recently watching Ali Abdaal, one of his shorts or reels about, people ask him, how do you get started on YouTube, right? So just first create 7 videos, all right? And those videos may not even be related to each other. Just get those reps in. Go live. It's like as if you work with your hands, right? Get those calluses. I remember I used to work at Starbucks. I used to manage, a couple of Starbucks here in the early 2000s. And you build calluses on your fingers, because that's when you can take the mugs and the plates and the crockeries out of, those heavy-duty industrial dishwashers. And I was able to take them out without, using any protection on my hands, because you build calluses. It's like, yes, it is hot, but I've built the calluses on my. It's going live and creating videos is like that. You might go on live and, the mic's not working, the video's not working, the internet's too slow. You press the wrong buttons and you go, blah, I'm scared, right? But start creating. So the other things that I've done is also, these are more things to think of. Again, I don't want you to go, this is something you have to do right now, especially if you are new, but repurposing the content you've already made. Whether, you've created a live stream or a long form video, chop them up into shorts. Or if it's a talking live stream or video, put it on YouTube podcast playlist. So then it'll get promoted on YouTube Music. Then if someone sees your content, because this is the thing. This is from what I learned back in early 2010s when I was like a blogger. Google, YouTube, any search engine platforms, they crave new content. So if you actually have videos right now or topics you want to do, little side note here while I've got it, have a look at, go search, how to, whatever your video topic ideas. Have a look, see what YouTube is spitting out, see what Google is spitting out. Have a look at YouTube and have a look at, filter it where the top videos in that topic or that question. Have a look at the ones that's, first of all, that's getting a lot of views compared to the number of subscribers. So let's say someone has only 1,000, well, I shouldn't say only. If someone has 1,000 subscribers, but that video got 100,000 views, and then that video was from 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 year ago, and it is a topic that you are knowledgeable about, and you can create a video or create a live stream about it, create that. Don't go, well, someone else has made that video. No, because these search engine platforms want new content. Because why? Because they want to keep people on their platform. So if they go, oh, this topic did really well for someone 3 months ago, and they're talking, right? because it's got scrubbed, and the algorithm reads what your topic is about, and your description and your title and the transcription of what you said in your video. It's going to go, oh, this was a popular video. And so it's exactly the same ones that got lots of views. Let me push it out to the people that watch the same one, because they're going to want to see it because it's new. So don't ever think that, well, it's been done, someone else is doing it, I won't do it, I can't do it better than them. Yes, you can. Have a look at it. What is it that they were missing on that video? I normally don't watch the videos of topics that I want to create with someone else, because I don't want to be influenced by what they said. I just want to make sure that, okay, that's a topic that's trending, or that's getting lots of search, or getting lots of views. What is it that I need to make sure in this time that hasn't been said, or what's missing? Have a look at their comments, if there are common thread to questions. Oh, but how do you do this? But how do you do that? Make sure you incorporate that in your YouTube video. Okay, so don't just create one video, repurpose it. Where else can I put it? I'm on Instagram, right? Where else can I go and repurpose? So that's what I've been doing on my channel, right? Set up the podcast, thinking about different things. So let me just show you what I did this morning. So earlier today, I did a quiet focus. What did I call it? Quiet create. See, it's still all new to me. I don't even know what it is that I made this morning. So for 1 hour, I went live and I did a 1 hour deep focus where just have music in the background. So if you're a content creator too, and you're finding that you're procrastinating and not doing your work, you're getting distracted, sometimes pop me on the screen. We'll work together. I'll work on, my next video. And that's what I did earlier today. Is the next video that I'm making is then I went and, thought about what is it that I need to do. So, here, okay, what are some title ideas? So I wrote, a couple of ideas. What are some of the thumbnails? All right, so I drew little rectangles and figured out what sort of text. Should I have it here? Should I have it there? What image should I have? And then I, through thinking, I went, oh, okay, maybe I'll have my face and whatever the images I want, and then the script there. And then I thought, okay, what type of problems and pain points is this video going to help someone? So I wrote down all the pain points that they might have. So Ali Abdaal talked about, because he has a part-time YouTube academy. I didn't purchase that because it's out of my budget, and I've stopped myself from buying too many courses because I am a serial course purchaser. And so, but I watch his videos. And so if you're a content creator and you're trying to figure out, everyone talks about hooks, everyone talks about, how can you grab their attention? One of the easiest way is to address their problems. Say it out loud, because they want to know, is this video for me? What's in it for me? WIFM, WIIFM, WIFM. What's in it for me? Why should I listen to this content creator? Why should I listen to Marianne? Okay, so if you can, he said, if you can describe your viewer's problem better than they can, because they will go, yes, that's me. Yep, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm having those problems as well, right? You need to get them to say yes. That's also, I was in sales in my previous life, right? They always say, get your prospect to say yes. Are you this? Yes. Are you that? Yes. Do you need this? Yes. You need that? Yes. Then it's going to be an easier hook, because they will say yes. Are you having this problem? Yes. Are you feeling this way? Yes. Are you struggling? Yes. And then you go, well, keep watching, because in this video, I will talk about 3 different things, 5 different ways that you can go from here to here. That is a hook. So that's one of the easiest ways. So if you are going to solve a problem in your video, say it out right at the beginning. Make them say yes. Make them go, why should I keep watching? What's in it for me? What am I going to get out of this video? So that's what I did. Is I went, all right, what are the problems and pain points that this video is going to address? How are they feeling? You know how they always say, it's not what you say, it's how you make them feel that they're going to remember more. So have a think. How are they feeling right now? Let me see if I can grab my handy dandy whiteboard. Okay, so your viewer, where is it? Is here, A. And they want to be here, B. Okay, this is their problem. They have these problems. This is their desired state. They want to be here. I want to be here. And there's a gap. Okay, there's the gap. Right? Your video should reduce that gap. How can they be over here to get to there? If that is just the one step to get them one video times one video, helps them move just one step closer from where they're at with their pain points and their problems to their desired state, then that video answers that one question. How can I move closer just one step? And then guess what? If it takes more than one step to get to their desired state, that can be another video. And then another video. Guess what you've done? You're keeping them on your platform, on your YouTube channel. And YouTube's going to love you because you are making them stay instead of going somewhere else on Instagram or a TikTok. Okay? So your video, this one here, should help reduce that gap. Not so much that, it's like you go, all right, do this, do this, do this, do this. Because at the same time, you have to make sure you retain them. And then if you give them too much information, again, that's going to be overload for them. And then they probably will go, it's just too much. And then they'll, go and stop watching it. And then that could signal to YouTube that they didn't enjoy your video. So get them from here to there. And if that is just one step closer and your video addresses that, that's fantastic. So those are the things that I've been thinking about. How can I help, content creators reduce that overwhelm, overthinking it? I just got to share one tiny little bit that helped me, move me from being stuck, from being in A, to just making that next step as a content creator. So even if that's just, press go live and talk for 1 minute and put it on a private or unlisted, just get those reps in. But these sort of things evolve while you are creating. It won't happen if you're doing it isolated because you won't get the feedback. You won't know if it's working, if it's, resonating with your target, if you're not doing it as you go along. If you're stuck, no one will see all the good things that you can share. So if you share something and you go, I didn't like that, then you can improve it next time. Improve the next thing. My audio was not good. Then, improve it next time. I was saying too many arms, too many R's. I'm still saying arms and R's. Maybe one day I'll go buy a course that tells me how to not say ums and ahs. I'm slowly having those intentional pauses instead of doing the ahs and ums. But make sure you're not to wait until everything feels perfect. So that is what I want to do on this channel and on Instagram, on Marianne on YouTube, is help creators create without so much overwhelm. I don't want you to be where I've been, where I've just been stuck over analyzing, having things so perfect before it begins. And you might, look, even if you create, and everything looks good, and you put it out there, what if it's already too late? Like they've already found someone else to answer their questions. I think it's been said that, you're doing your audience, your person, a disservice by not getting what you know in here and sharing it as soon as possible, doing it messy, doing it scrappy. And hopefully I can help as well simplify the process, because I've been on the other side of overcomplicating things, having way too many things going all at the same time, that then I'm like now overwhelming myself. What do I do? And hopefully too, I want to help you create, stop overthinking every little step. Let's just take one step. And hopefully share the years of creating has taught me, and show the real side of building online too. Look, I don't know everything. Sometimes I'm scatterbrained as anybody else. But a lot of time that probably comes from burnout, from overthinking, from comparison, from getting anxious. So what do we got to do? Just hang out with each other and remind ourselves it's okay. Maybe we just need to play for a little bit, and not to be too serious all the time with our content creation, and just have fun. Go do some ad hoc live streaming. Nobody's here. Is anybody here? Who knows? Doesn't matter, because then there's also a replay value to this later on. Or I can chop up really good bits that I've said from this live stream and create shorts and create reels and create carousels and create posts and create community posts. That's the thing, the beauty, the outcome that you can get from going live or uploading your videos and not overly editing until all the ums and ahs have been cut out. So what I want you to get out of this is to hopefully lessen the pressure that you have put on yourself, and more willingness, more excitement, more get up and go, playfulness and experiment, and just trust the process. If you're a content creator that have all these knowledge in there, what good is it in there? Or what good is it if it's all on paper and not shared with, your people? And stop trying to control every little detail. Okay? And hopefully you'll start, once you start the process of just doing it, pressing go live, realizing that the reps teach you so much faster than overthinking does. And hopefully, of course, your viewers are then going to connect more with you, because you'll be out there more. They're going to see you more. Or even if sometimes some of you may not want to share your face and just want to share your desk or just want to share your presentation. But experiment, show your face, because faces, connections, they will get, what do they say? You can attract more with honey than vinegar. Is that the saying? Sometimes I'm not good with sayings. I get them mixed up. Okay? Don't worry about, thinking, they say don't put content out there that your audience may not want. overthinking things at the moment and you're not putting anything out there anyway, they're not going to see it. So don't fear too much that you might confuse your people. By putting different things out there, you might start to go, oh, I actually like sharing that more than this. Because you don't want to fall into the trap of creating something that doesn't bring you joy. Because then it's going to be really hard to be consistent. Because I will tell you, you got to do all the boring stuff. You got to do things the same way again and again. So you might as well do it by having fun. And don't worry about if you have to, change direction, shift gears. I'm doing it publicly. I'm not saying I'm for those of my wonderful plannerettes probably going, is she abandoning Marianne Cross? No. Because I have to plan myself. I've got to do all of those. It's just I'm taking a break. I'm seeing, this is my play. Okay? And don't let fear stop you from trying something new. Maybe you want to share, instead of knitting, crocheting. Instead of one app, a different app. And don't let fear of whether people will get this kind of content. Well, you won't know until you try. But make sure you add excitement. Make sure it feels good, it feels lighter for you. And then what's going to happen is things will start to align. But you won't know until you move all the puzzles or the pieces of the puzzles together, until things start to click. So let me know, what's been the hardest about content creation for you lately? Is it all these different chatter? Do this, do that, have this ready, niche down, don't do this, don't post things. Sometimes you also got to trust your gut instinct. Sometimes a lot of gurus and experts will tell you, when it comes to content creation, the thing that you over-analyze, that you over-prepare, that you over-edit might get these number of views. And then the ones that you just go, I don't even know if I want to share it. You share it out there and boom, it's the thing that freaking goes viral. Because it's the thing that's more relatable. So, are you feeling stuck overthinking things before you're posting? And what is it that you have been wanting to create? Let me know. Let me know what is it that you want to do more of, but you're afraid because you don't know what to do next. Maybe we can talk it through with each other. Maybe I could go live and go, hey, I got this comment, I got this question. Let's work together. How would you? Anybody is in the chat. How would you do this? What ideas do we have? It's sort of like our own mini cohort in these live streams. So hopefully my little creator check-in and letting you know what's been going through my head are also maybe some of the things that's going through your head, that you've been questioning yourself, that you're not good enough, you don't have everything ready, you got to get the cameras, you got to get lighting, it's like, just do it. Some of the things that got me most views are the ones where it's, the lighting's in the dark, my microphone, I picked the wrong microphone and it's crackling, okay? So really, I appreciate you so much for hanging out today. And if you want more of these check-ins to stay and relax, let me know. Maybe we could go, Marianne, on your next check-in, can we please discuss this? Because I can't seem to get out of stuckness or get out of my own head. Pop it in the chat, pop it in the comments. Maybe eventually we can invite other creators into these chats. And we can all realize that no one has figured everything out. Even, the big dudes like Mr. Beast, right? Like his views are going down. I mean, he's still getting millions and billions of views, but compared to I'm sure you know how he was a couple of years ago because more people are coming in. So let's have a discussion. Let's have a check-in with each other. What are you up to? How are you feeling? Oh, are you overwhelmed? Are you stuck? What is it that we can talk through with each other? But the only way through uncertainty is creating it anyway. The reps will teach things that theory, books, planning never can. So plan a little bit, because I know I do. Get a little bit of stuff, you know, prepared and organized, but don't do too much that you're not actually going live. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the comment section. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.